Fellow traders, John with Tactical Trading here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thought I'd come to you today. A lot of news, so thought we can talk a little stocks, talk a little world and stocks here. And I want to thank you so much. You can be anywhere on the internet, but you're right here with me right now, so I want to thank you very much. But I do want to do a little disclaimer here. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Everything said on this channel and all views expressed on this channel are my opinion and should not be taken as financial advice. Do your own research on any and all securities discussed on this channel, and you might want to seek the advice of a professional or licensed financial advisor prior to making any financial decisions. Now, let's get into this. The markets today took to the news pretty well. If you take a look here, Dow up 1.5%, Nasdaq up 3%, almost 4%, and the S&P a little over 2% here. Looks like Alibaba had a great day, 37% over here. Take a look here at the 10-year yield, up small. Oil up 1%. Right now, it's 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Foreign markets, foreign exchange is up. Japan, the Nikkei is up. The London Exchange, the DAX, and Hong Kong all up. So futures markets looking good. If we look at the sector performance here, energy and minerals, as I pretty much suspected, would be the top sector. And we could take a look at some of the commodities here. Oil, again, closed down on the day, but it's up after hours. Gas was up on the day. Gold down slightly, but up quite a bit over the last couple months, almost at 2,000. I think it should break 2,000 soon. Silver at $25. Corn was down 3%. Let's take a look here. And take a look over here at some commodity prices here. Actually, I want to start energy. And this sun ain't working for nothing, but looks like oil, natural gas, everything's up as we suspected here. I'm just going to get off this site. We already know commodities are up. Let's take a look at the metals. If you're going to own anything, I wouldn't want to own any certificates or anything like that. I'd be looking for the real deal. Silver, gold, you can hold in your hand. But all metals are going to be going up. But I particularly like silver. Now, this is the one I'm concerned about, the agricultural. And you can see corn up huge, wheat up huge, oats, rough rice, soybeans, everything up huge. A lot of farmers, this is going to not only affect the agricultural market, it's going to affect meats as well too, because a lot of farmers, they feed their livestock with and chicken and everything with corn products or corn. They're going to be having to move to soybeans, I would imagine, due to the prices. So this is going to have a huge ripple effect with these commodity prices. Pretty big ripple effect going through the markets here. Let's take a look here. OTC markets. Let's take a look at these guys today. Not a bad day. 2.6 billion in volume. Almost 8 billion shares traded. Not bad at all, actually. Had 2,700 advancers with 1,400 decliners. So that's a good sign right there. That's definitely what you want to see here. So not a bad day. I expect that to continue in the OTC markets. I had a pretty good day. Let's see here. What news? We had Zelensky. This guy came to Congress today. And basically asked us to go to war for him, asking for a no-fly zone, which anybody with any knowledge on the situation would agree that that would probably lead to more of a hostile situation between the United States and Russia over there. So that's probably not a good thing. So, but that was the big news this morning, invoking some tragedies from America, Pearl Harbor, 9/11, different things like that. So I don't know how you could compare to Americans with that, but that's here nor there. We had Biden signing the bill giving 13.6 billion to Ukraine. Look at the key points of the bill. It says President Joe Biden signed a funding bill to keep the government running through September and to send 13.6 billion to Ukraine. Remember what I said about that here. That's not gonna help with inflation very much. $1.5 trillion bill with 13.6 billion going to Ukraine. That 13.6 billion will go a long way in feeding Americans. But I'm not sure they're thinking about that right now. Let's see here. And speaking of sanctions, we had obviously the Zelensky news today. Biden signing that bill. You know what? Actually, hang on a second with that. I want to probably the biggest news of the day besides him signing that bill, and this is the second biggest news of the day. I would say, and that's the Fed raises rate and projects 6 more increases in 2022. Not necessarily a good thing for the stock market, not a bad thing for inflation, but the fact is that they're just put out another 1.5 trillion kind of defeats the purpose of raising these rates. Well, it doesn't defeat the purpose, but it doesn't coincide, and that's the only thing I can say. I don't know any other way to look at it any different. But the Fed raised it 0.5 point. It projects six more rate hikes this year. So be prepared for that. Be prepared. Back to these sanctions. I want to take a look, talk about these for a little bit, because these sanctions, they're aimed at affecting who they're pointed at. But the fact of the matter is, I would think that they expected this, and they had backup measures probably already in place, and alternative suitors to take their products. So it looks like the sanctions are going to be hurting us quite a bit. That's something you have to be prepared. Now you can see here, they're banning all Russian oil and gas imports, and the UK will phase that out by the end of 2022. The EU, which gets a quarter of its oil and 40% of its gas from Russia, they want to switch to being independent from them by 2030 and beyond alternative fuels. I don't know how they're going to do that, but with the financial measures, they've frozen the assets, foreign currencies, kicked them out of SWIFT. There's an alternative to that, and that's something that you're going to see China, India, Russia, probably Brazil, and quite a few other countries using that model, Saudi Arabia. Not necessarily great for us. You got to also keep in mind Russia, Belarus, Hungary, Ukraine. They've all suspended exports of grains, fertilizer. If you look the past 6 months or so, China has probably purchased approximately 18 months worth of wheat to put in their supply. So you can see what these guys are doing. And as the World Bank came out and said, don't hoard food or gasoline. Gotcha. So, just be prepared, be prepared. And before I get into, some of the securities I want to talk about going into tomorrow morning and going into Friday, I kind of casually have to ring the bell. I hate to be redundant and sound like a broken record, but I have to express what God is putting on my heart. Never in my life have so many negative indicators lined up geopolitically, economically. We are facing that. That's no good, man. That's a triple combo of trouble coming at you. And with no end in sight to this, quite frankly. And because of this, we have the possibility. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And even worse, be prepared. Be prepared. Because as I said, this seems very, very strange. Very strange. Take the appropriate steps, make sure you and your family are prepared. So now let's get into some stocks here. We're going to go to the OTC. Actually, you know what? We're going to go over here first. Take a look here. Also, some runners here. Sonnet Biotherapeutics, 86%. I don't know how well that'll do tomorrow. One that I talked about yesterday, Target Hospitality, man, we almost nailed it. Let me get out the way here. Almost nailed this. I said come down. I want this thing to break down to 450. Came down to the 490s, low 490s. Bounced all the way back up to the 570s. So didn't get it. I thought it would come a little bit lower. I thought we'd get about 460, 450. I thought maybe even a little bit lower. But now this is kind of, I'm going to move this one off the radar. I think this one might consolidate. And in doing so, I'm not overly interested in that one. So one I am definitely interested in is MULN Automotive. And you can see closed at 175 today. Was up to 190 in the after hours. I took another small position after hours today. See how this plays out. I think we could have a strong pre-market tomorrow. If it's up big, I'll take my profits but this thing can move. This thing is going to be something I'm going to have my eye on for quite some time. Like I said, there's a lot of room to run in this thing, and even a gap to fill up here in 11. We still got a long way to go for that, but this thing can move. This thing can move, and like I said, it's got a lot of room to run. Even if we get, you're still looking 360, 370 here. I don't know. I like it. Let's take a look at some of these OTC plays here. I'll clean off some of this here. And one that we've been eyeballing for a little over a week now. It's DUTV. This one had a beautiful day today. Let me get myself out of here, man. we go. DUTV closed at 0.0112. Excellent day today, very strong. 36 million in volume. You can see the chart's looking pretty darn good here. And we're close to breaking multi-year highs, 3-year highs of 119. Breaks past that, sky's the limit. This thing can run. Like I said yesterday, we had a few updates from the CEO as far as just him kind of introducing himself. Nothing of significance, except for him saying that he wants to bring the companies that he owns into the shell. No dilution, and basically talking about an ethics-based model, how he's going to run his business. There's nothing wrong with that. Interested to see exactly what he's bringing in, and I think that could get this puppy going. I think still we're gonna have a strong day tomorrow. Probably have a strong close of the week, and if we can get some updates, it'll continue. Otherwise, we might pull back a little bit, maybe to that penny area, consolidate, and kind of just wait for updates. But like I said, this is one that we can ride this one for the next couple months. I think as updates unfold and things unfold with this one. And definitely can see a couple pennies here, 2, 3, 4, who knows. Definitely like it. Second one we talked about yesterday, still like it going forward. That's INTK. Had a nice day today, up 5%. It went a little higher as well too, at almost 3. But pulled back a little bit. We're waiting on some updates. And 8 million in volume, not horrible. And I like this thing in this area. I really do. I definitely think we can at least get to this 4-cent area, no problem. So you're still looking at a nice gain here. But I think this one ultimately breaks that, even breaks the highs of 5. This is a good company here. And last but not least, CYBL. What can you say? Had a decent day. 21 million in volume. Kind of just waiting for this thing to take off. It's kind of flagging down here, about a penny and a half, and we'll see if we can get back up to this 3-cent range. So we still got that share reduction, more updates. Really nothing not to like about this one. I really like CYBL. So that's really all I got for you today, and you got to just keep in mind, this is a business. This should be treated as such. You always want to devise a plan with strict rules. You want to stick to those rules. Always be open to learn. Always be open to get better. Use mistakes to grow. And only rely on your own skills to succeed. Be a professional, and as always, let's get that money.